Hi guys, I am going to do my June-ish, July wrap-up. I know most of these books I did read in July, and I'm not sure where I got off. And then I'm going to do my TBR. So, let's just get started for this. I've read some really good books this summer, so this could be semi-interesting for you. Anyways, this one came out like a year and a half ago or something. The Woman in Cabin 10. It is by Ruth Ware, and it's pretty good for a mystery. Like, I own it. That's something. Like, I don't own any mysteries. Apparently, I mean, I like suspense. I do like suspense and a bit of mystery, but I like it built into like other stories. Like, this is all that is, you know? So, Women in the Cabin 10 is about like a girl who goes on a cruise ship because she's a travel writer. And yeah, someone dies, of course. And who was it? Who was it? Who dies? Who's gonna die? That kind of question. But you don't see it coming. You don't. But at the end's kind of drawn out, so you like see it coming for a while at that point. Yeah, it's good. I don't know. It's really hard for me to read these books. Like, so hard for me when that's all it is. I don't know why. Because they're like the most popular genre, I'm pretty sure. But there you go. And I think this was, I know it's New York Test by Seller, but I think it was like a Reese book club, maybe. I don't know. I think it was. Don't quote me on that. The next one came out this year and it was really hyped up, and it was The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. And I really loved this story when I finished it. It's a YA novel about fairies and humans, which I've written stuff about fairies and humans too personally. So like, I'm obsessed with fairy stories because there's not that many of them. And I mean, now that it's been a month and a half or whatever since I finished it, I don't remember explicitly all of it's about. I had to look it up a little bit. I just remember really liking it. So I hope in the year's time in May that I will want to pick it up and read it again. I really do hope I do. But it was good from what I remember. Like, I really liked it, and I'd recommend it, and I'd probably buy it if I saw it. I really wanted to know what happened to the couple in the end, because the couple is obvious, but I love them. They're good characterizations, not like overly likable characters and all that jazz, not super predictable. People are really mean in his family, though, the Cruel Prince. You kind of see the predictability coming. Like, I think she lets too many clues drop about the Cruel Prince. But that's neither here nor there. And that's what I remember from it. It was really good. The next one was Small Great Things by Jodi Picoult. Recommended it to me by my sister, thanks. She likes Jodi Picoult books. They're very contemporary, adult, issues in the real world problems kind of books. If you haven't read them, or if you live kind of under a rock, she's had quite a few of them go to movies. Anyway, Small Great Things was about a woman who is black, and she gets charged with murder, and she's a nurse, and the person charging her is a white supremacist. So she did a lot of research for this book, I guess because she's not being black and not being a white supremacist. And it was done really well. I thought it was done really tastefully, and it talks a lot about prejudices, like prejudices we don't normally notice or see in the real world, and it's a good book. I would recommend it to a lot of people. I think I rated it well. I'm sure I rated it like 4 stars. Is it the best like written book ever? No, but like the importance behind the story is really done well, and the story did have a lot of anticipation, so you didn't really know. I didn't look ahead or read the back if it gave it away. I'm not sure if it did, but I didn't give it away, or like I didn't want to know what was going to happen in the trial. And I loved all the characters. I loved the lawyer. I loved her. Oh, well, I mean, the white supremacist was hard to, but everything evolves, right, in the book. So, yeah, I remember I was trying to listen to it outside on audio, and when you listen to the white supremacist side, you'll probably like want to like turn it off or stop reading it. But if you just get through it and keep on reading, you'll like the book. Not that he gets better, but you'll like the book. But I was listening to an audiobook, and I was like, this is embarrassing. I have to go inside. Like, it was bad. Like, I couldn't listen to it on audiobook. I had to just read it and like check through it. Anyway, so there's some hard stuff in there. There really is. And just stuff that you normally don't deal with, I guess, in normal everyday life, or I don't. And yeah, I liked it. I really liked it. Thank you for that. And then the next one, The next one, I don't own the book yet, but maybe I will someday, is the second one, Legendary to Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I don't know what I rated this one last year, but I said I would read the second one. I don't know if it was my favorite YA or not, but I was interested and I can remember the story. So after a year, like, I was excited and I want to read the next one because I want to know what happens. Legendary is about the other sister to this book. So this one's told from one sister's perspective, and the other one is told from the other sister's perspective, but it's not a replay. It is another Caraval. That one's so hard for me. I don't know why. But it is told from the other sister's perspective, and it's good, and you get closer to the guy who runs Caraval, and you kind of see it coming. Like, you see it coming, but it's still good. It's good. Caraval is always a surprise, like, twist still. There's a lot of twists, even though you see it coming by a long shot. Legend, that is, I mean. It's good. It's really good. And I think she gives way too many hints away. Way too many hints. But I liked it, Stephanie. Or Miss Garber. I liked it a lot. So write the next one. I'll look for it next year. And I remembered it a year from now. I had remembered enough plot details, which tells me something. Because, like, I was just saying in my last one how The Cruel Prince, I can't remember it that much. So I hope, like, I was really excited about the end of it. So I hope in a year's time I still do want to pick it up and read it. But I still remembered this plot. So that tells you something. Whether or not I rated it well at first or not. The next one is Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. And some of her books I recommended so highly last year, like Mist and Fury. And I've read her new series this year, The Throne of Glass, or whatever it is. And I like that one so much better than this whole series. I think this was the end of the wrap-up, and then there will be obviously the spin-off series that was given to you and Frost and Starlight. I'm sorry, but Frost and Starlight was a waste for me. I didn't need that wrap-up. I really didn't at all. I thought the events were really drawn out, and I could see in her other books how the things were drawn out. She's not a very concise writer, which is partly what bugs me, I think, a little bit about her books. If there is something that bugs me, it is super fantasy, it is drawn out, but I didn't like this one. Like, if you want to finish off the series and read it, it doesn't take long. It's like a day read at maximum. But it's not good. Like, I didn't need it. I personally didn't need it. I would have read the spin-off series without it transferring you into the spin-off series. Like, I would have just read it anyways because I liked that sister, and I think it was Cassian or something. I liked the male and the sister, so I would have read them anyway without this middle book. I thought this was a waste of time. Although I recommend the other ones. Like, I loved Mist and Fury. It was my favorite out of the 3 big novels. I loved Mist and Fury. I would buy them. I'd recommend them to YA, but it just, well, they're probably new adult. They're a little bit steamy. But, yeah, no. Not the last one. We could have foregone it. A lot of people were really nice about it. I'm like, oh, she had to do it. And I'm like, no, she didn't. I don't think she did, personally. The next one is a book I've had on my shelf forever, and then I saw that Netflix was coming out with the movie, and so I had to pick it up and read it, and it is the Guernsey Literary Potato Peel Society by Marianne Shaffer and Anne Barrows. I wish that this woman had written more in her life, because I think she wrote this. She's older, and this was her first novel, because this was really, really good, and it's such a sweet novel, and it's about, yeah, it's a historical fiction piece, but it's so good. It's just like letters back and forth from this literary society and her, it's about an author who had written articles during World War II, and then afterwards she's like trying to sell, or, you know, is selling a compilation of all her articles into a book, and she wants to write something else, and it turns out to be about the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Society. Anyways, it's good. Watch it on Netflix. I'm sure it's going to be great. I'm excited for the actors that they picked out in it. I think it was released in like Europe and stuff, the movie, like a long time ago, like earlier this year is what I mean. But it's coming to the US on Netflix, I do believe, and which I'm so excited. And the book was good. The book was really good. I'd recommend it. I'd give it to people who liked historical fiction, basically. If not, I'd probably just tell them to watch the movie. But I'd pick up stuff from this author again, or these authors. It was done really well, ladies. And then, let's see. And then the last one, yeah, where we were the lucky ones. This isn't like the normal picture, and it's by Georgia Hunter. I accidentally checked out the large print. Anyways, I would buy this book in a heartbeat. I would tell people to read this book. It is a World War II book, and it's based on a real family in the end. I didn't know that going into it. I had no idea. All I know, it was on the bestseller list forever. It was on my waiting list at the library for a year. I waited for this book. It was unbelievably long, how long it took. And I understand it's a long read. I understand why you people didn't give the book back. It is such a long read. Even though this is giant script, you go, oh, but it's hard to read. It is so hard to read. Georgia broke this up by telling different family stories, and almost wish she told one story and another, and I would have read all 5 books or something. But sometimes it was hard to follow. You had to know which couple you were thinking about. It's about 5 brothers and sisters who were Jewish in Poland and who actually made it through the war. I'm not giving away anything. That's on the back cover, and I wish I hadn't read the back cover, so don't listen to me if not. But it is so good. They go through so much stuff. It's unbelievable. If it wasn't historical accuracy written, I wouldn't believe it, honestly, because there's not many hopeful novels that come out of the Holocaust. So it is good, and it's uplifting, and it's good to know what happened, and it is hard to read. You need time for it. You need to, every time you sit down, you have to be concentrating on the story. She gives, I almost felt like I had to take notes at one point. She gives you a little historical synapse, so you know where you are in the World War II timeline at the time, and to kind of either preference or kind of wrap up what you have just read. But it is hard. I didn't know going into this about that, and then I read the back cover once. I was like, what's going on? Because I read the first few chapters not realizing that it was different people, and I was like, where is this guy going? What's going on? And then all of a sudden it was a woman. I'm like, no, these are different people. So they're different people. There's 5 of them. It's hard to keep them. She changed one of their names because she thought it would be too hard to follow, but their names are still hard. They're still hard to follow. You'd be like, which one was this? And some of them, yeah, you pick up right away, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember they were in Russia or wherever they were, or Africa. And then sometimes when they end up in another part of the world, you're like, what? Which one was this? I don't know. It was hard. It's a hard read. It's a slow read. I understand why it took so long, but I understand why it's a bestseller. It's really, really good. Definitely recommend it. Loved it. It is one of the best World War II novels I've ever read, and I've read quite a few of them now. And then, so yeah, that's my wrap up. And then on for my TBR in August. So, I feel like I just talked about a million books. Anyway, one book, there's 2 books I'm in the middle of reading right now, but one book I really need to read because I had checked out it when I had checked out these, and of course both of these you cannot recheck out. So this one's due in just a few days, so I'm gonna have to read it for August. And it is Warlight by Michael Ondaatje, winner of the Booker Prize for the English Patient. Okay, that's probably why I checked it out, even though I didn't like the English Patient. I hope I like this book. It's about 1945 London, so right after the war. And it says it has a bit of love in it. So, yeah, I'm excited about it. And I hope I like it. I hope I do. I hope I can read it really quickly in August. The other one, there's 2 others I'm listening to right now. And this one is Given to the Earth by Mindy McGinnis. I read Given to the Sea last year, and I still remember the story. So when this came out, I was excited, and I finally got around to picking it up, and I started listening to it. And I might just listen to it. I like listening to it. I think I listened to the audiobook of this last year, and I've listened to 2.5 hours of it. So I think I'm quite a bit of the ways in. And it's easier with the audiobook because, once again, this is a different character plot. So switching back and forth, the audiobook is done with a full cast. So I hear the different voices, and it's very easy. But yeah, this one is a tale going on Given to the Sea, if you saw that last year. But Given to the Earth and the Sea, you have to read Given to the Sea, or else this isn't going to make any sense. But it's a world filled with magic, and there's people that have to be semi-sacrificed in this land that's eroding, and there's just kind of a lot going on in this. Okay, sorry, somebody called again. So this is The Radiant Road, and I honestly picked this up because of the cover. And so far, I've listened to it to an audiobook and hated it because nothing was happening. Very nice prose to the author, very lyrical sounding, but Summer Bird is the author, I guess, and Catherine Catmull. I don't know if I'm going to like it, honestly. I don't know. I'm going to try reading it. If I don't like it, I'm going to give her away. So those are 3 books in August that I have to read, or that I'm in the middle of reading right now, actually. The other one I really want to read is Diana Gabaldon's Outlander graphic novel, The Exile. I can't believe I haven't read this yet. I picked this up in a big book haul at the library, but I'm so excited. I'm excited about this. I love graphic novels. Love them. So yeah, it's from Jamie's side of the story. It's Jamie's side of the story, and it's a graphic novel. So I'm definitely going to read that. And then there are 2 more. Oh, I'm in the middle of reading these too. So I'm in the middle of reading all these books. Hopefully they all get done in August. The other one is Heir of Fire. Not that far into it. I'm on page 28. So, like I said before, and I really liked the Throne of Glass series. I've liked it a lot more. These books are getting thicker and thicker, ma'am. I don't like them. I don't like how thick they get for fantasy novels, personally. But yeah, I'm excited to find out what happened. Right now, she's kind of like a loser. No offense. In the beginning of this one, she's kind of lost her mojo. But we'll see where it goes. She'll take off. I know she will. She's a good little, she's got a good little spunk. And then the other one I'm so excited about. I just picked this up because it was recently my birthday. And I was like, I can buy a book at full price. Anyways, I think it's off Beartown. It's a spin-off, or it's about the town again. But yeah, it's called Us Against You, and like the rival town. So excited to read this because Beartown was amazing. One of the best books I've read this year, and maybe this will be on it too. And I don't know. These two right here might be on my top 10 list for this year. Might be. Yeah. But there you go. There's my June and July wrap up and my TBR. If you guys know of any good books you read this summer, I really haven't kept up with the stuff coming out. I've been writing so much more this year, so I haven't read nearly the amount of books, even though I'm like on the same projective as last year. I'm in the middle. I've read like 30 some odd books, I think, at this point. But yes, if you guys have any good books to read, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video.